On Facebook Marketplace, the sheriff's office is warning people to request a VIN number verification from law enforcement before buying vehicles or heavy equipment. A high-speed chase led to the arrest of a 19-year-old man by a Shafter police sergeant on weapons charges. Just before 11:45 a.m. Saturday, the sergeant was on routine patrol in the area of East Lerdo Highway and saw a vehicle fail to stop for a red traffic light. The driver sped away after reaching speeds in excess of 100 miles an hour, heading east on the highway until becoming disabled in a dirt field. John Troy Pacey Spell tried to run away but was quickly caught. He reportedly had an AR-15 rifle and ammunition. His bail is set at $130,000. There are 10% fewer homeless people on the street. That's according to the latest point-in-time report. That figure covers the Bakersfield metro area, including Oildale. Officials cite this as progress toward their functional zero goal for the next 10 years. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
What do you think? This is the army where you shoot a mile away? You got to get up close like this. You blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
Okay, good. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Now make sure you leave the house when you make your call. You understand me? You hear me? Call from an outside line. I mean it.
Call in or text to 661-842-KERN. That's 661-842-5376. Listen live at KERNradio.com. Now, the host you've been waiting all day for. Live from the KERN studio, here's Ralph Bailey.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you, wherever you may be, however you may be listening, or however you may be viewing on YouTube. This is the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN, where we're streaming live at KERNradio.com. We got a busy broadcast on this Wednesday, Hump Day, 23rd day of July. Chris Burdick producing the broadcast. The families of the victims of Brian Kohlberger, the man that killed 4 young college students in Idaho, got their victims' statements. We'll lead with that in just a second. The Epstein thing is just spiraling out of control. The Wall Street Journal is now reporting that in May, the president was told that his name is among the files. So perhaps there is a list. We'll get into that. Meanwhile, in my opinion, you're not going to like it, but I believe the president is playing 3-card money, trying to divert attention from the Epstein case by accusing Barack Obama of treason. And of course, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And if it's not, then I suggest Attorney General Pam Bondi try to prosecute him. We'll unpack that. Howard Marcus joins us at 4 o'clock. It is a Wednesday. The House Oversight Committee is subpoenaing. It's an old movie. What movie is that? Absence of Malice. When Wilford Brimley comes in at the end of the movie and says, hand him one of them there subpoenas. Well, they're going to hand a subpoena to Ghislaine Maxwell in prison. She's expected to testify on August the 11th. How she puts this thing forward, I have no idea. And the great state of California, in all of its incompetence, has now run out one of the most iconic restaurants in the state of California. Get into that. In the 5 o'clock hour, got more information on the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner down in Costa Rica. You can bet your bottom dollar some sort of lawsuit. Can you sue a country? Some sort of lawsuit's going to come out of this. We'll talk about it in the 5. And the Dodgers, what's the score?
I'd have to look. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I thought you were telling me we were getting our butts kicked.
No, I was just more highlighting the popsicle eating.
Oh, yeah. Kike Hernandez. He's about to get traded.
Actually, you're leading 2-1.
What?
Hold on, though. Wait for the bullpen.
No kidding. Who put on an absolute Little League display last night. I've never seen anything like it on Major League Baseball. A slow grounder up the first base line, and Diaz throws it into right field like a little leaguer. And of course, Teo Hernandez was not backing up the first baseman. So it goes all the way to the wall, and a throwing error scores, empties the bases. The bases were loaded, empties the bases, and we lose 10-7. And it's just the perfect storm for the Dodgers right now. We're not hitting. We're not playing fundamental baseball. And the pitching staff, starting staff is not bad. I think Dustin May looked pretty good. I think Yoshinobu Yamamoto looked pretty good. Tyler Glasnow is pitching well today. It's that bullpen, Kasparius and Diaz, and we're just not getting it done. We'll unpack that. Shohei, the only good news is Shohei's not hitting, but he's hitting home runs. He's not getting doubles. He's not getting on anybody. Nobody's really hitting well, but he has hit 5 straight home runs, and he's one shy of the major league record. Everybody's talking about the big dumper. Well, Shohei now has 37. Big dumper's got 38. It's crazy to say this when he's hitting 279, but he's having one of the worst seasons of his career, and yet he may break the home run record. He's what did he hit last year? 54? He's way past that pace. He was ahead of that pace at the All-Star break. So he could hit, 60 home runs. How many did he hit last year?
He hits. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the number right now. Why is it not showing me?
God dang it, I forgot my charger
130
again.
RBIs. I see that. 310 was his hitting.
And imagine how many RBIs he would get if he was in the 3rd or 4th hole. Let me put it this way. Andy Pages has 19 home runs. He's hitting 283. He's got 63 RBIs. Shohei leads the National League in home runs. He's one shy of leading Major League Baseball in home runs, and he has 5 more RBIs than Andy Pages.
He had 54 home runs last year.
That just don't make no sense. Because in my opinion, RBIs is the most underrated statistic in baseball, and yet at the same time, in my opinion, it is the single most important statistic in baseball. What's more important than scoring runs?
True.
What's more important than driving in runs? And our ISP right now, runners in scoring position, I think our batting average is like 210. It's just, but fortunately, the Padres lost last night. I'm not thinking about the god-awful stinky smellies, but I am concerned about this Dodger club. I'm not concerned about winning the National League West. I'm not concerned about getting in the playoffs. When I think about this Dodger team, I think about how are we going to match up against the Padres? How are we going to match up against the Tigers? How are we going to match up against the Mets? How are we going to match up against the Yankees? That's what's really important. But I have a question in terms of what went on in the Kohlberger case. And I'm serious about this. Feel free to call in or chime in on the chat room. Is this online?
It is. I need to fix the, for some reason, the chat didn't pop up this time, so I'll have to go back and fix it real quick.
Was it like that with Cavi?
No. That's why I'm not sure what happened in between the two, so I will have to do some fixing during the break.
All right, let's put this on Current Radio if we can. Does the victim statements, you guys know what a victim statement is where they're doing the sentencing. He was sentenced today, Kohlberger, to 4 consecutive life sentences for each of the deaths of the four kids that he killed. But walk me through how the victim statement provides closure for the family. I don't understand that. I really, really don't. I'm not trying to be cold-hearted about this. I just don't understand it. I don't think I could be in the same room with the guy that killed my daughter or my son. Or my nephew for that matter, in reality. If somebody killed my now if you're going to give me 10 minutes alone with the guy in a room and I can beat the crap out of him, that'd give me some closure. But just to address the guy, and I use my own personal example. I told you guys that I met the guy that sucker punched me at Casey's Steakhouse. I was at Shogun getting something to go, and I was waiting at the bar for my food, and he walked in with his family. And his brother, who tried to pay me off to make it go away, his brother's got money. He's a bum, but his brother has money. His brother legally sells marijuana, and tried to not only buy me off, but tried to buy off one of the bartenders at Casey Steakhouse. They offered her 10 grand to claim that it was a racial dispute between this guy and me, and she wouldn't take it. And I took her and her boyfriend out to dinner. I gave him Luigi. I got her a card and I gave her a Luigi's thing, and I said, "Honest people, hey man, honest people." It was our engineer Rusty. Honest people deserve a present. And I just wanted to say thank you for what you did, because I found this out. She told me this like a year later, and I ran into him, and he tried to apologize, but not really. It could have been a beautiful moment, because his brother came up to me at the bar and said, "My brother would like to apologize to you." And I was reluctant, but I was like, "All right." And he came up and he said, "I just want to apologize. I was a little drunk and boop, boop, boop." And I couldn't help myself, but I just said, "Well, can you just answer one question for me? Why'd you do it?" And this is where he ruined what could have been a beautiful moment. "Well, you were drunk and I was drunk." And then right there, I was just like, okay, whatever, get out of here. Because I had nothing to do with that guy. You can go back and look at the video if you want. It's very available. All you got to do is Google me, which sucks. As soon as you Google me, that's the first thing that pops up, the black and white video of me getting punched. So if you're a hater and you want some laughs, go back and watch me get knocked. I didn't get knocked down, didn't fall. Proud of that. Hit me twice in the face and I didn't fall. And you can see me in the background. I'm holding up a chair and I damn near threw that stool at him. If I had been in any other restaurant than Casey Steakhouse, I'd have thrown that damn stool at him. And I'm glad I didn't. But anyway, I didn't want to be in the same restaurant with the guy. And he punched me in the face. I wouldn't want to look at the guy that killed my daughter. But some of these were quite emotional. In fact, we've got some audio of Dylan Mortensen. We'll play that when we come back. Let's go ahead and take our first break of the day. Dylan Mortensen was one of the survivors. In fact, I think she was the young lady who saw this guy in the house and didn't think much of it for some reason. We'll hear from her. We've also got some audio from Donald Trump on this Obama conspiracy theory. There's a really funny part of this conspiracy theory. I can't even ask you to deduce what it is. I think it's too tough. Can you find any comedy, any irony in Donald Trump accusing Barack Obama of treason?
Other than the fact that they accused Trump of treason half the time.
No, I knew you were going to go with that. That's why I said it's too hard to figure out. They can't prosecute him. Why can't they prosecute him? Because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump's legacy, for no matter what he accomplishes or what he accomplished in the first Trump administration, his true legacy will be the United States Supreme Court. Because when I'm long gone and dead, this court will still be going on. John Roberts is just a little younger than I am. He may not be around, but it'll still be a majority conservative court. Amy Coney Barrett is very young. Brett Kavanaugh is very young. This is going to be a conservative court for maybe 20, 30 years. And the Trump court determined that you can't prosecute the president, that he can essentially do whatever the hell he wants. So Donald Trump has given Barack Obama an out if, in fact, he's treasonous. But I'll explain why this is all a canard. It's all, hey, look over there, because please don't look over here, because the Wall Street Journal says I'm on that list. We'll unpack the entire thing on this Wednesday afternoon. It's the Ralph Bailey Show on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN, where we're streaming live at kernradio.com.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Trump got the NATO guys to come around and promised to pay up their money. Will they ever